Yep, that begins the filming of Turbine 15 at the Mower wind site. Gearbox replacement.
Finalizing the installation of the clamp.
It needs to come down a little bit more. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, better. A lot better.
That's better. That's better.
Okay. Yours touching now, Henry?
Almost.
That's fine. That'll work.
Yeah.
Super.
Alright, you can move that.
Loosening the pillow blocks.
Good thing was I didn't short the cable. Yeah. I told her to take it. Oh, okay.
The main shaft clamp has been set up. We got the rams in. Removing the Allen screws from the pillow blocks. Okay, we're going to introduce the crew real quick. Over here we have Mr. Colin Hampton, Major Component Task Force. Over there we got Julian Pineda, Major Component Task Force. Mr. Ed Kellogg, Mower Wind Site. Mr. Henrik Padner from Liftra. And Miguel Gonzalez Fleet Team. Putting in the eye bolts to lift the pillow blocks. Taking out all of the Allens on the pillow block still. 2 on each pillow block.
Whenever I go to do it, I'll have you.
Caddy corner to each other. This is Julian taking off the main bearing cover to hook up an eye bolt to tie the gearbox to so it does not swing out and hit something. Alright,
Pilot's gonna be on the ring.
taking off some of the, or taking out the studs out of the pillow blocks. There's the hook coming up with the rigging. You can see when they put the horseshoe on the main shaft, it's actually going to push against the hollow shaft to push off the gearbox. They put a piece of cardboard underneath the set screws. We're now removing the pillow blocks, top halves off the back gearbox. Now taking off the remaining nuts and studs off the front pillow block.
We're not going to take them all the way off right now though. We're just going to back them off little by little until we start to bring the gearbox up on both sides. Try to bring it up equally. We'll watch our gap on our clamp, and whenever we get to the nuts to the top of the studs, we'll lock it down and take the rest of the nuts all the way off.
Went ahead and put the smart meter on the main shaft.
We're at 6.8.
6.9.
So we've already started to lift.
Still slowly removing the nuts from the front pillow blocks, increasing the gap on the main shaft clamp, checking the plate on the bottom of the clamp. The plate on the right side got tight, so now we're going to have to tighten the pillow blocks back down on the right side. Tighten the pillow block back down.
Check your plate
where we could loosen
distance between
the bolt.
Between the yellow and the plate.
Now loosening the pillow blocks back up after the nut has been adjusted at the bottom of the big bolt. This is to ensure that the main shaft clamp is equal on each side.
Hold it right there. Now you torque this one. Oh, use your plate. No, hold on. You're already almost snug, so loosen that up more. You have to keep a constant 10 mil on it. That's why you got to keep on checking it. Okay, now go ahead and as long as you just back it off, I don't know, about 5 to 6 turns, you'll be good. Is your gap still equal? Okay, jump to your other side if your gap's not equal. So your gap's higher on that side?
This one here.
Okay, bring this one up just a little bit more. Now, check your plate there.
Okay.
1 centimeter?
1.3.
1.3 centimeters? That's close enough. All right, let's go ahead and just snug up your nut on the bottom. That's it. Make sure your washer is in the, in the concave. So now we have no plate. We're snug on our 95 mils. once we detorque the rest of these 4 bolts, the clamp will have the full upward pressure of the.
What angle are we at?
Both sides of the main shaft clamp are now snugged down with the nuts at the bottom of the bolt.
We have it on.
Now the remaining nuts and studs and the front pillar blocks will be removed. All the nuts have been removed off the front pillar blocks. The pillar blocks are ready to be removed.
That's the degree of the nacelles at.
We're using a pry bar to pry up the front pillar block. Prying up the pillar blocks in front, putting a nut to wedge it up. Nut on each side. I went ahead and installed the pin shackle in front of the main shaft.
It's my back one. This one actually is my front one. Yep.
What about yours, Colin? You got plenty? You got plenty on your side, right, Colin?
Otherwise, if you have a problem with it, let's take one by one and loosen up and put a space in.
Once it comes off, we're fine. Just, I just wanted to slam
don't
back.
lose it into the generator.
Went ahead and loosened the turning gear so the gearbox can settle.
You got 1 and 2 in the front.
Went ahead and got all the legs of the chainsaw even.
Make sure I don't grab any pipe.
Went ahead and removed the bottom pillar block on the back of the gearbox. Went ahead and cabled up to 46,000
Alright, 10-4, Chris, stand by. We're going to go ahead and start pushing right there.
We're going to begin pushing on the gearbox now.
All fittings tight.
Here we're going to go ahead and start pushing on the gearbox.
Your pin's not perfectly covering the whole works, right?
No.
And the pins on the rams have been maxed out, so we're going to change out the pins. Continuing to successfully push the gearbox off.
Yeah, that's perfect. We don't want any pressure buildup.
1,000. Didn't have 1,000 on it.
Nothing. Hold that.
And we reach the max weight, then I have to change out the shims again.
Yeah. Okay, let's push.
And we have the bigger
Push.
shims in now. Continuing to push off the gearbox. It's coming off nice and easy. No pressure on the gear.
Top pass.
That's fine. Go ahead, keep pushing.
And making sure the pillar blocks are still even while the gearbox is coming out.
Came up. Yep, you're up. Forward.
After checking the main shaft, the back end of the gearbox needs to come down.
Ed. Hold that.
And changing out the push blocks again. Putting in another larger one. We continue to loosen the come-alongs of the front so the gearbox will come off and will not run back into the generator.
Alright, hold it.
You just watch by Tennessee.
And again, repositioning the boom on the crane to make sure it's centered over the load. To loosen the come-alongs to make sure that the gearbox does not fall off and shoot back into the generator. And continuing to add in more push blocks.
Yeah, ready pushing your
push the gearbox off.
Right there.
And the shaft, the rams are building pressure. Reposition the chains.